So the artist takes on the persona investigated and asks a question, who is I? Then supplying an answer, more a third person. Every concept artwork relates to a problem, to experiences without which it would have no meaning. Every concept artwork relates to a field of experience that is based on a priori conditions of aesthetic experience, not in the sense that we live them, but in the sense that we pre-live them as form of entities that constitute the being. All the magisteria, alteration, virtualization, revelation, demonstration, experimentation, simulation are a priori form of aesthetic experience that give entity to the being in experience, creating knowledge. So pedagogy is considered an ugly word. Maybe it's true, but in the third millennium, too many words are considered wicked. It's time to take them back. Pedagogy as such appears in the moment in which the question regarding the object of knowledge is transformed into problematics aimed at defining the modes of its transmission. Because it is that very transmission in the information society that presents itself as the problem. The cause and effect of this anthropological mutation is the passage from a typographical culture to an electronic culture, with its networks, its enormous calculation potential, and its new semantic hyperlinks. Academy is a cybernetic apparatus. The pedagogy posits himself as that which is to be constructed, to be created on the map, the plane of immanence, he himself designed. So also the teacher is part of this construction as the student. I take also this idea of libertarian pedagogy from Luigi Molinari, that was an anarchist of the later 19th century, that he declared that the students, they must be part of the process of the creating the knowledge. So for example, in my faculty, the students are analyzing the project of the student. And so faced with that acceleration of innovation, that radio takes 18 years to become a mass medium, like 50 millions of users. Skype just 2 years. We cannot use traditional culturalization. We have to retrieve meaning in the experience of scholars. And there is also the quest for an elegant theory, and an example of libertarian pedagogy is that I found that in Jaromil. I asked to Jaromil to describe to me what is elegant, means simple. Anyway, all that is to create an enchainment of concept. So I came out with a number of concepts that they can be used in this theory. Libertarian education, rationality versus intelligence, syncretism and non-overlapping magisteria, subversiveness, mapping of meaning, conceptual persona, psychological type, from the voyager to the browser, the need of absolute legality. This is a romantic concept. Analogical and homological inferences, inductive generalization, scientific creative suggestion, vision, the limit, the form of presentation, absolute aphorism, the absolute wilderness, from the ritual to the common school, the unknown and the ignorabimus, the notion of effort in art and literature, methodology, sex to empiricus and the skepticism, battle of Midway, orthodoxa versus orthopraxy, art as post-metaphysics. So, this research does not have ethical but only speculative objectiveness, namely of knowledge. The research is rooted in a pragmatic materialism that does not call for any concession to one direction, the intention of leading to human happiness. Pedagogy has not ethical ends, so this subversive pedagogy does not attempt to present itself as a theory on happiness, but as a mere speculative system, taking for granted that once the individual becomes a part of a coherent speculative system, he will tend to construct coherency between self-image, ideal, position in the world, thus becoming a balanced, happy being, and therefore remitting himself in education. Pedagogy is homeostatic. When the society is conservative, it is innovative. When the society is innovative, it is conservative, because all the academies are like this. And pedagogy is a critical counterblast in the McLuhan point of view, like a counter-ignition. There is this really strong and deep subversive position. And I don't know if I am out of the time or in the time. I just finished, so thanks.
We have for sure time for a couple of questions. Jeremy?